1077 German King Henry Roman IV petitions Pope Gregory VII for forgiveness. In 1276 French Cardinal Pierre de Tarentaise, elected head of the Catholic Church, takes the name of Pope Innocent V. In 1287 the Treaty of San Agayz is signed, and Minorca is conquered by King Alfonso Roman III of Aragon. In 1324 Zen Buddhist religious debate between Tendai and Shingon. In 1522 Head Inquisitor Adrian Flores Boens is elected Pope. In 1525 Swiss Anabaptist Movement is born when Conrad Grebel, Felix Manz, George Bloch, and a dozen others baptize each other in the home of Manz's mother in Zurich, breaking a 1,000-year tradition of church-state union. In 1542 English Parliament passes Bill of Attainder against Queen Katherine Howard. In 1549 Act of Uniformity passed by the English Parliament, requiring clergy use the Book of Common Prayer. In 1664 Count Miklós of Zrínyi sets out to battle the Turkish invasion army. In 1677 first medical publication in America, a pamphlet on smallpox, is published in Boston. In 1720 Sweden and Prussia sign a peace treaty ending hostilities between them during the Great Northern War. In 1732 Russia and Persia sign the Treaty of Riascha. In 1749 Verona Philharmonic Theatre is destroyed by fire and rebuilt in 1754. In 1789 the first American novel, William Hill Brown's The Power of Sympathy, is published by Isaiah Thomas. In 1793 Louis XVI of France is executed by guillotine in Paris, following his conviction for high treason by the newly created French Parliament Convention Nationale during the French Revolution. In 1813 first reference to pineapple cultivation in Hawaii in diary entry by Francisco de Paula Marin. In 1813 Spaniard Don Francisco de Paula Marin plants coffee in Hawaii. First record of coffee growing in Hawaii. In 1818 Keats writes his poem on a lock of Milton's hair. In 1821 Paramaribo, Suriname, catches fire. 4 die. In 1831 African Americans are forcibly deported from Portsmouth, Ohio. Jefferson Davis resigns. 1861 Jefferson Davis of Mississippi and 4 other Southern senators resign. U.S. Civil War. In 1863 City of Dublin leases part of cattle market for 100,000 years. In 1864 the Tauranga Campaign of the New Zealand Wars begins. In 1874 Franz Grillparzer Estlibusser premieres in Vienna Et Dukkehjem. 1879 Henrik Ibsen's Play Et Dukkehjem, a Doll's House premieres in Copenhagen. 1880 first U.S. sewage disposal system separate from storm drains in Memphis, Tennessee. In 1887 Amateur Athletic Union AU forms. In 1887 Brisbane receives a daily rainfall of 465 mm 18.3 inches, a record for any Australian capital city. 1890 first issue of Propria Cures, Amsterdam Student Weekly newspaper. In 1893 Tati Concessions Land, formerly part of Matabeleland, formerly annexed to the Bechuanaland Protectorate, now Botswana. In 1894 Oscar Fredriksen skates world record 500 m in 47.8 sec. In 1899 Opel manufactures its first automobile. In 1900 the second contingent of Canadian troops sails from Halifax to fight in South Africa against the Boers Houdini Escapes. 1903 Harry Houdini escapes from Harvemansteeg police station in Amsterdam. In 1903 International Theatre Majestic Park opens at 5 Columbus Circle, Nick. January 1904 Louis Janicek's opera Genfar premieres at the National Theatre in Brno, Moravia, Austria-Hungary. In 1907 Stanley Cup Hockey, Montreal Arena, Westmount, Quebec. Kenora Thistles unbeat Montreal Wanderers, 8-6 for 12-8 aggregate challenge series victory. In 1908 August Strindberg's Boxenaten premieres in Stockholm. In 1908 Sullivan Ordinance is passed in NYC, making it illegal for a woman to smoke in public places. It is vetoed 2 weeks later by Mayor George B. McClellan Jr. In 1910 British-Russian military intervention in Persia. In 1915 Kiwanis International founded in Detroit. In 1919, Irish militant nationalist party Sinn Féin creates its own parliament in Dublin and declares Ireland independent of Great Britain, sparking the Irish War of Independence. Agatha Christie's first novel. 1921, British crime writer Agatha Christie publishes her first novel, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, introducing the character Hercule Poirot. Italian Communist Party. 1921, Italian Communist Party founded at Livorno by Amedeo Bordiger and Antonio Gramsci. 1922, first slalom ski race run at Marin, Switzerland. In 1925, Albanian parliament announces itself a republic, Ahmed Sogo president. In 1926, Belgian parliament accepts Locarno treaties. In 1927, first national opera broadcast from a U.S. opera house forced, Chicago. In 1929, Robert Sheriff's Journey End premieres in London. In 1930, Boston Bruins become first team in NHL history to score 100 goals in a season. In a 5-1 win over Chicago at Boston Garden, Cooney Whelan scores Bruins' 100th goal in their 26th game of the year. In 1932, USSR and Finland stop non-attack treaty. In 1934, Parisian baker and student of medieval life Henry Ibsen appears in court charged with forcing his adulterous wife Juliet to wear a chastity belt. Having committed the same offence in 1932, he is sentenced to 3 months in prison and fined 50 francs for cruelty to his wife. 1935, 12.0 30.5 cm of rain falls, Quinault Arrest, Washington state record. In 1935, the Wilderness Society is founded by conservationists. In 1935, WFIM in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania merges with WLIT as W Film Now Wies. In 1938, Dutch government starts obligatory unemployment insurance. American Way. 1939, George Kaufman and Mosshart play American Way premieres on Broadway in NYC. In 1940, foreign correspondents in the Netherlands subjected to censorship. 1941, first anti-Jewish measures in Bulgaria. 1941, first commercial extraction of magnesium from seawater, Freeport, Texas. In 1941, Australian and British troops attack Tobruk, Libya. In 1941, British communist newspaper Daily Worker banned. In 1942, Bronx magistrate rules all pinball machines.